My God, I hate trucks.
5 minutes from Cubao in Quezon City to Makati City. President Duterte says this will happen before the year ends. The chief executive tells this in an interview on Pastor Apollo Quiboloy's program. Mr. Duterte says commuters don't have to worry about traffic congestion in Metro Manila by then. He attributes the supposed development to China's help. The current travel time from Cubao to Makati can take around 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on traffic situation. You're watching a Newsroom Weekend on CNN Philippines. A look at today's biggest stories. Actor Eddie Garcia remains under observation after falling to the ground during a taping yesterday. Our top story takes us to the Makati Medical Center, where the 90-year-old veteran actor Eddie Garcia is confined. Let's get an update from our Chrissy Dimatula. Chrissy, go ahead.
Joyce, we're outside the Makati Medical Center where veteran actor Eddie Garcia is confined after being transferred from a Tondo hospital. Yesterday, Garcia fell and lost his balance during the taping of one of his scenes in Tondo. He was then rushed to Mary Johnston Hospital. Some celebrities and his closest friends immediately visited him. Among them were Senator-elect Bong Revilla and his wife, Bacoor City Mayor Lani Mercado, outgoing Manila Mayor Erap Estrada, John Regala, and Toto Natividad. A netizen's video of the incident went viral, while photos of Garcia being carried by several men also made the rounds online. Netizens and celebrities also posted prayers and messages of support for the 90-year-old actor. GMA Network, meantime, posted a statement from Garcia's stepson, saying he suffered from a severe heart attack. GMA Network, however, says it is still reviewing videos of the incident. The network says it is waiting for Garcia's family or doctor to issue a formal update on his condition. Garcia has been part of the Philippine entertainment industry since the early 1950s. He is considered the most awarded and nominated famous awards, the oldest awards giving body in the country. Joyce?
Chrissy Dimatulak reporting live from Makati. A resident doctor and MedTalk Health Talk host, Dr. Freddy Gomez, says heat, working outdoors, and increased blood pressure may trigger a heart attack, especially for a 90-year-old like Eddie Garcia.
In this case, if he was working outdoors, an increase in his blood pressure could be a key. His blood sugar could have gone down a little bit also. I'm not sure, but if he was unable to eat properly, probably because of the long wait in between shoots, or probably the long shoots that he had during scenes. So it's one speculation now, but that's one of the factors. Hypertension, his blood sugar, as well as dehydration could be a factor as well.
7 out of 12 senators score perfect attendance in the third regular session of the 17th Congress. The Senate says Senate President Tito Soto, Majority Leader Mig Zubiri, Minority Leader Franklin Drilon, Senators Panfilo Lacson, Gregorio Honasan, Joel Villanueva, and Coco Pimentel attended all 61 plenary sessions. That's from July 23rd last year until Tuesday last week. Soto and Lacson also posted perfect attendance in the first and second regular sessions in 2016 and 2017. Meanwhile, Senator Laila de Lima had zero attendance because of detention. She is imprisoned over drug charges. In other news, experts from the United Nations are calling for an independent investigation into human rights violations in the country. They say there's a sharp deterioration of human rights in the Philippines. The palace, however, says this is an interference in the country's sovereignty. Our Rex Remitio has that story.
A staggering number of unlawful deaths and police killings under President Duterte's war on drugs, killings of human rights defenders, and the threatening of independent media and journalists. The United Nations human rights experts are saying violations in the Philippines are simply too much. They are calling on the UN Human Rights Council to establish an independent investigation. The council is made up of 47 UN member states elected by the UN General Assembly.
Therefore, the United Nations will look at the special procedures which are available to it. And talking about the special procedures, it tries to put into examination what are the international human rights treaties or conventions that the Philippines, as a state party, has entered into.
The UN will then issue a formal communication to the government for them to do a probe. The government will then respond whether or not it's open for an investigation. The UN Special Rapporteur on Extrajudicial Killings, Agnes Calamar, submitted a communication to do so in 2017. But President Duterte himself declined and even threatened to slap Calamar. The Human Rights Commission says it's an opportunity for the government to prove critics wrong.
And if we do have nothing to hide, then even more so that there is compelling reason for us to open ourselves to this process of finding out whether or not the worsening human rights situation in the country.
The palace calls it, in a statement, an outrageous interference on Philippine sovereignty. It says the president's war on drugs is based on the state's primary duty to preserve and protect the people. It also says law enforcement authorities like the police are operating on strict protocols. Spokesperson Sal Panelo even called the rapporteurs as peddling bias and false information. The CHR, however, is still hoping the government to let the rapporteurs enter the country.
Are you tired of slow internet connection? The government says it will be faster and cheaper when it rolls out its fiber optic cable project next year. Cian Arcangel tells us how it works.
The cost of internet services could be cut in half by 2020 with the expected completion of the government's so-called ultra-high-speed information highway. Department of Information and Communications Technology Secretary Eliseo Rio says the Luzon bypass infrastructure will be online by the first quarter of next year. The project, which is in partnership with Facebook, started in 2017. It involves building 2 cable landing stations on the east and west coasts of Luzon. Once completed, the submarine cable system can provide a bandwidth equivalent to at least 2 million megabits per second. That's equal to the existing capacities of both Globe Telecoms and Smart Communications. Rio says the government will no longer rely on Globe and Smart for internet connection once the submarine cable system is online. He adds the system will also allow the government to provide internet connection even to the most remote parts of the country.
Pero pag dumating tong Facebook by first quarter of 2020, ililipat namin yung aming subscription sa Globe and Smart na dito sa libre na. Ang priority na gamit ng gobyerno rito is para doon sa free wifi natin at sa National Broadband Plan na ikokonekta natin lahat ng government offices down to barangay.
Filipinos using the internet will also benefit from the project. Rio says once the submarine cable system is online, the government can provide internet connection to small internet service providers which currently rely on Globe and Smart. The result, faster internet connection at lower prices. According to a survey conducted in April by the technology firm Ookla, the Philippines ranks 104th among 138 countries in terms of mobile internet speed. The country's average mobile internet download speed is 14.73 Mbps, way below the average global speed of 26.96 Mbps.
Kung kumuha sila sa gobyerno, bababa ang presyo. So, Globe and Smart, sigurado rin, kailangan babaan din nila ang presyo nila. The commercial cost will be more than one half than what we are experiencing right now, lower.
Rio says he also expects Mislatel, the third telco provider, to begin operation soon now that Congress has approved the transfer of the controlling interest of franchise holder Mindanao Islamic Telephone Company. The next step for Mislatel will be obtaining its permit to operate from the National Telecommunications Commission.
Siguro mag-uumpisa sila sa mga urban areas sa Manila, Davao, Cebu, at by the end of this year, magkakaroon na sila mga subscribers sa mga lugar na ito.
Mislatel has vowed to provide a minimum internet speed of 27 Mbps in its first year of operations and up to 55 Mbps in succeeding years.
Shifting gears, Ginebra San Miguel has just turned 185, and the CNN Philippines was there to celebrate the momentous event. Sam Sadwani reports.
Ginebra Nation, cheers everyone Filipinos gathered in Seda Hotel Friday night to celebrate Gin Day with over 50 million people around the world. An annual celebration led by Ginebra San Miguel, World Gin Day aims to elevate the gin experience. And more than that, celebrate GSM as part of the Filipino way of life.
This year, it's more bigger. It's a more leveled out celebration because, as you can see, we're celebrating the 185th year of Ginebra San Miguel. And it has been really part of the Philippine nation and the Filipinos' lives that whether up or down, Ginebra San Miguel is ever present and relevant up to this time.
Guests enjoyed a special historical presentation of GSM's 185-year journey, a gin and food pairing, and local mixes by the country's top mixologists. GSM also revealed the One Ginebra Nation website. The One Ginebra Nation website features updates on Ginuman festivities, pages on different gin mixings, and food pairings. Guests were also joined by GSM ambassadors Pia Wurtzbach, Alex Calleja, and Sue Ramirez. All three were happy to be part of the World Gin Day initiative.
Filipinos like to come together to celebrate little and big achievements because we have a sense of family talaga. So to do a World Gin Day is a really nice concept because then it's another reason for Filipinos to come together and then also to celebrate 185 years of Ginebra San Miguel.
Pag sinelebrate mo yan, ibig sabihin, makikilala din ang Pinoy bilang tagagawa ng mga world-class na gin like GSM Premium Gin. So magandang i-celebrate natin yan para lalong makilala ang Pinoy sa ganong inumin.
Sinamahan tayo ng gin sa lahat ng celebration natin and I think it deserves a special day for it too.
Ginebra San Miguel truly represents more than just a drink in the lives of Filipinos. Sam Sidwani, CNN Philippines.
Miss Universe 2018 Catriona Gray looks back at her journey to the Binibining Pilipinas crown, a day before she passes it on to the next Miss Universe Philippines. In a series of Instagram stories, Catriona relived her training days with beauty queen trainer Carlos Buendia Jr., which started in July 7, 2017. She also shared how she worked to improve her walk on heels, which she earlier described as wobbly and unpolished. It was January 8th last year when Catriona passed her application. She also shared her moments with her fellow Binibining Pilipinas candidates and the gown she used on coronation night. Her posts ended with a photo of her during last year's big night saying, quote, "It's time for another empowered Filipina's life to change." 40 candidates are vying for the Binibining Pilipinas title. The coronation happens tonight at the Araneta Coliseum.